I'm so tired. Hi. I think someone's missed us. Hey? Yeah. I think I've been missed. But I just got back and I'm knackered. Well, we're both knackered. It's been a long day. The sun was like in our face the whole way back and it was just horrible. But I just got back and I have post, so I'm going to very quickly check it. One I think is a birthday card from my dad because he said he sent one. The other one is from Oodle Doodles and is stationery. Kind of annoyed because we put an order in at Julianne Doodles like the 2nd or 3rd of January and it still hasn't arrived. Coming from abroad, I know it will take longer, but I've had stuff arrive from Australia quicker than this, so I'm a little bit. I got money. Thank you, Daddy. So yeah, I got some money of my dad and I got a beautiful little card. Too cute. This forgot to take the price off. It's a running thing in our family. We always forget the price. This is just stuff that I bought to use in my reading and bullet journals. So first of all, to work out which were the freebies, because they always send... I got a loyalty sticker. Eee, that's cute. So for January's theme, I have done this colour scheme and based it on this. So this is Bookstore by Oodle Doodles, their range, and then I got some like stickers to go with it for decoration, so they're going to go into my reading journal. And then for one of my journals, one of the themes I'm going to do is based, I think it was going to be my reading journal. Every month I'm going to buy one of these stickers and use that as like the colour scheme and the theme for that month. So this one is called Dream Big and it's just very neutral, very sort of just light and airy. So that's going to be sort of one of the months, if not next month. And with that I just got some little decor stickers, some boxes again for sort of writing in and decoration. So yeah, and then I got these. So just some nice little bits for my journals and nice thing to come home to. Still wish it was the other one because that has things for Wren, and knowing our luck it's going to turn up the day they leave, but we can only hope that it'll arrive tomorrow or that the post will be super early on Wednesday. Like, we just got back, we're both knackered, we're both exhausted, we now have unpacking and sorting and other things, and I've still got 3 more videos to record, but not today. That can be later in the week. But yeah, amazing trip. But now it's like back home, get everything ready for Wren to leave. Wren leaves on Wednesday, and then Thursday onwards it's hardcore get on and do some reading because we are so far behind and it's only the 3rd week of January. Is it 2nd? I don't know. Either way, yeah. I'm like I think I'm 4 manga volumes behind my target. No, 3 manga volumes, 2 audiobooks and 1 book behind my goals. So I need to get on those. Anyway, I'm going to go crash and hopefully I'll have some more updates soon. If I ever teach any of you anything, it's don't run through an airport when it's freezing cold outside and you have asthma and no inhaler, because it really affects you. Wren has gone back. We dropped them off at the airport about an hour or so ago. I'm trying to not really think about it because if I do, I'm just gonna... Like, I managed not to cry. I teared up, but I didn't cry. I then got into the car and I felt really uncomfortable because I was like, I feel like I've not said enough. So I ran back in to where I picked them up, came back out because I couldn't find them, and then looked over and saw departures. So I very quickly ran in there and they were at the end, like the edge of the line, and there was like a little bit going down and someone from security was like watching me. And I was like, I just need to really quickly say something to that person. They were like, okay. So I went and said it. And then we came back. And now that I've come home, everything feels too quiet and empty. And I hate it. How am I going to cope for the next, like, months before I see them again? Unfortunately though, the running did spark my chest. But annoyingly, and also nicely, I've come home to a parcel, or to a package. We put this order in from Julianne Doodles, I think the first week of January, and we were really hoping it would arrive before they left. And I said, when we got back from Scotland and it wasn't here, I said, I can guarantee it's going to turn up the day you leave. And it did. Unfortunately, it's been a bit battered. I've opened the top, but half of it was already open. It had this rip in it here that's got everything all exposed. And it's been a bit battered. So I am going to contact her just to let her know that her packaging is absolutely beautiful. I mean, look at all that detail. I love it so much. But it's definitely not a sturdy enough envelope for international, so I'm just gonna like warn her about that. I don't think any of the stickers look damaged. Some of them, like, it's bent a little bit in the post, but I don't think any of it's been completely damaged. But we get like a little "you're the best" sticker, and I'm really excited for this because I've followed Julianne for a couple of years now, and I've always wanted to order. I've always wanted to order from her, never gotten round to it, and now I finally have, and it's amazing. And it's got a little, like, thank you for helping me grow. I know she's just upgraded these, and I'm like, damn it, I wanted the new cute ones. But they're really, really lovely. But yeah, we ordered quite a lot. And I said to Wren, I will send stuff on to them. And they said, no, just keep it all. And try and find it, unless I can't find any use. But otherwise, just keep it all. And I was like, if you're sure. So I'm thinking these might be freebies, because I don't remember ordering them. So we have this little cute thing here, with a little envelope with "I love you," and a love heart, mirror. That's quite apt for long distance. I got this one. I ordered this one, and I ordered a potato row. It's so cute because I saw a set of the things and I wanted them, and I was like, potato row goes so well with this baking set. So it's got like little cookies and things like that, but I also got this one, which is a Studio Ghibli one. I love it, it's so cute. So that's definitely going to be 1 month's theme. And also on the theme of like baking and Ghibli, we have this one, which is like a Kiki's delivery service. So those three will be all just one spread, like monthly theme. Another one, I'm not sure if this is going to be 1 or 2 themes, but I did a matcha one last year and I loved it, so I want to do another one. So I've got like a matcha themed little sticker sheet with some washi tapes. So I got 2 of those. And then this is, I'm not sure if I'll do it separate, like a separate theme with this colour scheme, like green and purple, but I just love these. They're so beautiful. I love how Julianne draws. I love her style. And then I also got these little ones, so just like florals and neutral, natural colours. Although I think these would go quite nicely with this, like a little set like this. I don't know. I'll have a think. And there's one that I think is Wren's, and that was this little one, like love hearts, or it's a freebie. I don't actually know. I need to go through and check. And then one that I know both Wren and I ordered were mushies. We have mushrooms. So we have 2 of the same. So we have 2 of these ones where it's like a little mushroom tea party. And then this little one as well with the little mushies and the tea. So they're probably going to be more autumnal. And then the final one, I think these were Wren's, but it's just like a little book plant, a little book sprout. And yeah, again, I think these are going to be more sort of end of the year, Halloween-y, autumnal. But yeah, they're so cute. And they're all just so well done. And as I said, I absolutely love Julianne's stuff. I will obviously put her socials in the tags below, so in the comments, so please do check her out. But yeah, now that Wren's gone, it's kind of like I need to sort of get back into a rhythm and normal swing. I unpack, well, properly sort through all of this that came from Edinburgh and just like put it in the places it's gonna go. I've still got to tidy and sort my desk. When we redecorated my room, I didn't quite finish with... Has that been in the background the whole time? I'm watching The Artful Dodger. I thought I'd give it a start. I'd try it this morning. But yeah, I'm going to move the last bits of furniture in my room. Now that Wren's cleared out, I've got space to move the furniture around. I'm taking the drawers out of my grand's room, put them into my room, and putting my drawers into my grand's room, because the colours just from my grand's room just match my current colours better. And then yeah, it's just kind of like try to find myself a new rhythm. And then from Monday I'm going to start applying for jobs. And then for reading plans, I am halfway through A Monstrous Claim. Quite enjoying it. It's not amazing, but it's not terrible. I also finished reading Our Not So Lonely Planet travel guide, and I was not convinced at the start, but by the end I was like, this is really cute and I'm really enjoying this, and I think it's going to be a really lovely series. So I haven't run it through Corpile yet, but it's going to be either a 3.5 or a 4. But plans for the rest of the week are obviously, I want to finish A Monstrous Claim. Into the airport, I was reading it, and then it kind of started to get steamy, and I was like, this is a really awkward thing to be reading right now. So I switched to a different book, and I've switched to an arc. I can't remember the name of it. I will put it here. But it's basically like you've got a novelist who has come back to Seattle to just spend time with their family, and she's really struggling with writer's block. You've got a coffee shop owner who is pretty much bankrupt and her coffee shop's at risk of being shut down. And they meet, there's a connection, but the writer takes a lot of inspiration from the things that the coffee shop owner is telling her, starts to weave it into her story, and so it's kind of like will the relationship survive once the other one finds out that basically the whole new novel is based off her and the things that she's been telling her in secret or in confidence. So we shall see how that goes. I'm enjoying it so far. I've managed to fly through the first sort of 40 pages since I left the airport, so I'm quite happy with that. So that's hopefully 2 books I'll get done by Sunday. I would like to try and get Before the Coffee Gets Cold done by Sunday, and I also want to get 1 or 2 manga. But I think for Adventure-a-thon, I'm going to need to use a couple of my swaps. Like I've got my free swap, and then I've got a couple of bits of gold saved up so I can afford, I think, 2 swaps. I might need to, depending on what I get done. But basically, the next couple of days is just keep myself busy, so it hopefully makes it slightly less lonely now that Wren's gone, and that the silence of them not being around just sort of dissipates a bit more. But I think it's going to be a bit of a... Like, thankfully I've got a lot to keep me busy. I've got lots of tidying, lots of finishing up. I've got obviously my editing and posting of all the Edinburgh stuff and all of that to go. But yeah, it's just going to be a bit of a long week, and I'm going to start writing down ideas for how I want to restart, because like I want to, as I've said before, I want to take myself on a couple of dates sort of into town. Saturday I'm babysitting my niece, so I'm thinking maybe during the afternoon I can take myself into town, go to the library for a few hours before I do that. But it's basically any week where I've got no plans, I want to put something in that gets me out of the house and doing something, whether it be a walk to the lake or going down to the library or whatever. But we shall see how that goes. I also need to go through all my spreadsheets and make sure that all my new books are put into reading challenges so I know what they all fit. I need to log all my new books. I need to record a couple of videos about the hauls. I've just got a lot that I can do to keep me busy, but it's still going to be really difficult after having had them here for an entire month. It's like I'm so used to them being here now that it feels wrong that they're not here and I can't just like shout up the stairs to them or just talk to them. And those little interactions that you have when you're just sat in a room together are no longer there, and we're back to like time zones. And yeah, I know long distance is hard. I've been warned so much about it, but I'm just like, wasn't expecting it to be quite this tough, especially the first time. And we've done so much, and it's been such a magical... I've used this word so much in my last few vlogs, but genuinely this past month has felt like a fever dream of just magical awe. And I can't remember a time that I've ever been happier. So yeah, it's now time to like properly start my January stuff though, like get back onto my journaling, get back into my proper videos and all of that. It's just been a bit hectic the past few weeks, and like I said, I was going to take the rest of this week to just do what I need to do, but also try and start to think of a focus starting next week to get back on track. Anyway, I want to carry on watching some TV and finish I've got some snacks that I want to finish, and then think about what I'm going to do for the rest of today. The depression, kind of depressive slump hit today. I've got all of this tidying still to sort and do, and I've got all of this to sort and do, and I've got a cat who's just stolen my seat to kick. Oi. Oi. That's my chair. That's my seat. Oi. Oi. No. That's my chair. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop. No, no, no. Come on. Come on. Up. Up. Okay, that helped for a second. But no, I've just kind of spent the whole day, you know, like tracking the flights to make sure that everything's gone okay. And then Wren messaged me when they hit Melbourne to say that they were back in Australia, and like chatting and catching up with the messages that I'd sent while they'd been gone. And it just hit me really hard that they're not here now. And like this morning, I got up and I came out of my room and I saw the bedroom door that they'd been sleeping in was open. And I was like, oh, cool. So came down to greet Wren and expecting them on the sofa, and obviously they weren't. And I was like, oh. And it's like, there are some nice things. It's like I can get back into my routine. I don't have to worry about, oh, what are we doing today? What am I planning with them? What am I cooking? All of this. It's just back to do what I want when I want. Those positives do not make up for the fact that they're not here. And my energy's been quite low today. My energy's been mid. I did a bit of a dancing earlier because I was like, I need to get back into exercise because I've really slumped over the holidays. And then she's settled back down, little bugger. And then I've cooked dinner, I've washed my hair, even though I'm having real trouble with my hair at the minute. For some reason, there's just this part of my hair, no matter what I do, it just stays flat and greasy and horrible. And I've tried increasing the product that I use, decreasing the product that I use, using different products, drying it differently, and nothing seems to be doing anything to help. So yeah, I'm getting really pissed off because it's been going on for about 2 months now. It's just gone really flat and horrible at the back and greasy and even crunchy at times, and it's disgusting. So if anyone has any idea on how I can try and avoid that I've not yet tried, I would appreciate it. But I've had little bouts of energy where I've been able to do, if I'm up and moving around, I seem to be okay, but as soon as I sit down to do like paperwork or I want to relaunch the shop again, I want to go and make some candles, anything like that, I'm just like, I don't have the brain power. So yeah, the Depresso Espresso has arrived. I knew it was going to hit. I knew I was going to slump quite badly when Wren left, but I was expecting it yesterday. And it was like, I felt a bit lost yesterday, but I managed to distract myself. And today I'm just kind of like, I'm finding that I can't distract myself enough. And like I said, getting that message and being like, I can't just call them and talk to them or just lean over and talk to them. Yeah, it's just been hard. But I've been distracting myself a little bit. Yesterday I watched almost the entirety of The Artful Dodger. I'm just got the last episode to go. I love David Thewlis and I love Thomas Brodie Sangster. So I was like, well, this is going to be good. And it is. It's fantastic. I wasn't expecting it to be anywhere near as good as it is. And then because I realised I've watched no K-drama since Wren's been here, I was like, well, I don't really feel like going back to the one that I was watching, because I was watching two. I was watching Flower of Evil and Daily Dose of Sunshine. And like both of those are pretty depressive, and I want something light and romancy and cute. And I've ended up on Disney. I forgot that Disney have K-drama, so I'm now watching Kiss Sixth Sense. And it's like whenever she kisses someone, she sees their future. And all her life, like whenever she's had boyfriends, it's always been when she's kissed them, she's never seen herself in their future. And then she kisses her boss at work, who she hates, and sees them for the first time ever, sees herself in his future and sees herself sleeping with him. And she's like, what? So now we're getting all of that. But I'm enjoying it. And yeah, I've just got various little bits to get done. So I need to write a list of like all the little things that need doing, because I'm starting to forget. And then tomorrow and Saturday I'm on babysitting duty for my niece, because it's my sister-in-law's birthday on Sunday. So on Saturday they're going out for a meal, and I'm looking after my niece. And then tomorrow my brother has a hospital appointment and has asked if I can just come over for the afternoon just to keep an eye on her, so he's not trying to juggle a 3-year-old and dealing with hospitals. So I said yes. Mostly because part of the promise that I've made to both myself and to Wren is that I'm going to start trying to take a bit more care of myself and try to get out, because I can easily go, if it wasn't for work, I could easily go 4 or 5 weeks without leaving the house once. And then my agoraphobia would get bad and my mood would get bad and my energy would go low. So what I've kind of told myself is once a month I want to go down to the library for a day. I mean, ideally once every other week or every week, 1 day a week, just go out. But I'll build up. I'm going to start with monthly and then we'll build up to like bi-weekly and then weekly. But it's like when Wren was here, we went for a tour of the local church, and the guy invited me to come back to do even more tour and talk about the history. So I'm like, well, that's one Tuesday sorted. I've got the library that I'd like to build up to doing weekly. Once a month I want to go into Birmingham and sort of be, because when we were in Edinburgh we met up with Ashley from Ashley's Media Addiction, and it was really funny because she was like, oh, I don't know any street names, because I've obviously grown up here my whole life. I've never really stopped to look at the buildings. I've never really thought about the street names. And like the Royal Mile, she was like, I've only ever known it as the Royal Mile, whereas I was calling it Canongate because that's what its actual name is. And she was like, oh, I never knew that. And she came into a museum with us, and again she was like, if it wasn't for you two, I wouldn't even know this place existed, and it's not something I would have done. And so I kind of took inspiration from that, and I've just realised that in Birmingham there's a lot of places I've not visited, like the Botanical Gardens and the National Library, like the big library there and things. So I'm like, do you know what? Once a month I'd like to go over, and rather than just go for like the purpose of shopping like I normally do, I'm going to go and be a tourist once a month in my local area. Little things that I want to try and do to keep myself motivated, keep myself active, and hopefully try to avoid going into a depressive slump like usually happens when I go into periods of unemployment. But when I was in Edinburgh, I was doing the tours with Wren, and I was like, I feel like I would really enjoy doing that as a job. And Wren was like, oh my God, you would be amazing at that. And since coming back, I've been thinking about it. So I am going to look at tourism jobs as well and see about doing something 1 to 2 days a week, just part-time, to give me enough money to live. And then enough time that I can still, because I still want to work on my business. I still want to keep the candle business going. And I still have big plans for like YouTube and stuff. So, you know, we'll see how it all goes. But yeah, I need to write a list of all the things that I need to get done and then just start working my way through it. But for now, I'm going to go kick the cat off the chair, become her least favourite person, and finish this episode that I'm watching. And of course, no reading's been done today. That is a lie. I finished A Monstrous Claim. I read the last 100 pages yesterday. Well, overnight. I think it's going to be about 3.5. It was okay, but weirdly, can't believe that I, of all people, am saying this, there wasn't enough smut. We got like one scene with each of the guys that she takes as a mate, and that was pretty much it. And it was like the most exciting one we got the least amount of stuff from. And you can kind of tell because like the author was like, look, I've finally written a book that has monster peen. And I'm like, I think maybe she was a bit nervous writing it, so the one that was the most monstery, like his was a tentacle, was of the suctiony tentacle-y type. And there was like a 2-page scene with it and not really much. And I was like, oh, I expected it to be a bit more adventurous. But it was more adventurous than the previous 2 that I did in that monster vlog. So that was good. And it wasn't too bad. It was pretty average. So maybe a 3.5 to 4 rather than a 3. But yeah, I still haven't run that. I haven't run that or Our Not So Lonely Planet Travel Guide. I still need to run both of those through core piles, so I'm going to get on and do that in a minute and do some journaling, I think, to wrap up this evening. It is Friday. I'm happy to report Wren got back. Ooh. I'm happy to report Wren got back safely. They messaged me at like 10 o'clock last night with a photo of them and Chopper. So they're home, they're safe, everything's okay there. And then this morning, I've literally just had a knock on the door with the postman, and it's my very first pre-order of 2024. So I know what this is, but we shall unbox it together. So can we do it in one? Yes! That's good luck for the year. Ta-da! It's upside down. Ta-da! So this is The City of Stardust by Georgia Summers. I adore this cover. It's so pretty. Ooh, I like the end pages. There's nothing under the cover, under the jacket. But the end pages, those are really pretty. They're like shiny and metallic. Oh, very nice. So this one is, there is a cost to, for centuries, Everleighs has seen their brightest and best disappear, taken as punishment for a crime no one remembers, for a purpose no one understands. Their tormentor is a woman named Penelope, who never ages, never grows sick, and never forgets a debt. 10 years ago, Violet Everleigh's mother left to break the curse and never returned. Now, Violet must find her mother or she will be taken in her place. Her hunt leads her into a seductive magical underworld of power-hungry scholars, fickle gods, and monsters bent on revenge, and into the path of Penelope's quiet assistant, Alexander, who she knows cannot be trusted, and yet whom she finds herself undeniably drawn. Tied to a very literal deadline, Violet will travel to the edges of the world to find her mother and the key to the City of Stardust where the Everleigh story began. I think this one's YA. I'm pretty sure this is YA. It sounds really good. So yeah, City of Stardust, my first pre-order of 2024. Am I going to read it in 2024? Maybe. But yay! I finished a manga! And it's an adventure-a-thon book as well, so boom. I can't remember which prompt it is. Future me will write it on the screen. But I think that's 3 that I've done for adventure-a-thon, so I'm really happy with that. And I surprisingly love this, so thank you, Meredith, for recommending this for the wholesome. I think you also put it down as like one of your favourites, but I'm sure you put this, like, it was either like a favourites or just a wholesome, but either way, I picked it up and ended up really enjoying it. I think it's going to be a 3.5 or a 4. And I want to continue the series because I found it very, very sweet. And I love how it's definitely he falls first. And I'm loving that because that's just one of my favourite things ever. So I have finished that. I've chosen my next manga for my wholesome manga vlog. And then, which is, I Think Our Son is Gay. And then I also today have had some wonderful news. I was babysitting my niece for the afternoon. My brother told me that he had an appointment at the hospital for his leg. He told me that he was having yet another operation on his ankle, and his wife, who is a nurse, was going with him to help him understand all the medical terminology. Perfectly believable, right? Perfectly. And genuinely, I was like, yeah, I didn't even second guess it. I didn't question it whatsoever. And then I got a video this evening from my brother. And it is my niece holding a little card with a little card open with a picture of an ultrasound going, "I'm going to be a big sister." And he sent me that with the caption, "Tricked you," and I was like, huh. Well, my initial reaction was, "Oh, I'm getting another niece or nephew," and, you know, all the associated things. And then about 3 hours later, my uncle came down and was like, "So is that why you were, is that why they both went to the appointment? Because it didn't really make sense that she would go, as in my sister-in-law." And I was like, "Oh my God." And that's when I finally twigged what he meant when he said "tricked you." I was like, "Is that why I was babysitting and why she went with you?" And he was like, "You are very, very slow." Yeah, I'm not normally. I normally do twig things like that very, very quickly. But in this occasion, I wasn't really, I was more wrapped up in the fact that they're having a baby than I was in the fact that there was that little extra bit. And I just kind of, yeah. So I'm probably going to be laughed at tomorrow because I'm on babysitting duty tomorrow as well because it's my sister-in-law's birthday on Sunday, I think. Monday. It's her birthday on Monday, and so because it's Saturday, they've booked a table and they asked if I could look after the little one, so I said yes. But it means that I'm going to be busy all night, so probably I've got stuff to do during the day, and most of my reading gets done at night and in the evening, so I'm not likely to read tomorrow. But Sunday, I'm just planning on dedicating the whole day to reading, if I can, or as much of the day as I can to reading. And I desperately need to get to audiobooks as well, because I'm already 9 hours behind and I've not listened to a single minute of audiobooks this year, and I need to get on that. I'm not sure if I said that I finished A Monstrous Claim, which is a monster smut, but I have run that one through Corpile, and that was 3.5. As was, what was the other one that I rated? I think it was Our Not So Lonely Planet Travel Guide. I rated 3.5. So, like, not the greatest of starts to the year, but I've had a couple of 4 stars, a couple of 3.5s. No 5 stars yet, but we shall see. We've still got a few more days of the month. And I think Fern Brady's strong female character, I've got a feeling that's going to be a 5-star, because so far while reading it, I've just been like, oh boy. So yeah, I'm going to go to bed now and try and get some reading done if I can. But I just wanted to say I've done that. I've had some amazing news today. I'm getting a new niece or nephew, and yeah, it's just been an all-round really good day. There is a downside to dating Wren, and that is that I've just gone on and checked my NetGalley. And in the month that they've been here, I've gone from having about 5 books, 4 arcs to read this year, to I now have 12. Thanks, Wren. I've decided I'm going to do a video where I'm going to go through like all of my arcs and talk about their release dates and things, because I liked doing, last year I did every quarter. I did like anticipated releases, but I realised that they weren't really getting any attention, no one was really watching them, and they were quite draining to make. So now it's just going to be, every now and again, I'll just talk you through all the arcs that I've got and that I plan on reading, or releases that I'm excited about every now and again. But yeah, I now have a whole bunch of arcs. So I'm going to give it another week for the ones that I did last week and this week to go through, and then I'll probably at some point next week record a video talking through the ones that I currently have. Yeah. Get a bookish partner. I mean, it's amazing, but at the same time, I now have so many books to read. Okay, I finished Strong Female Character by Fern Brady today, and I don't normally give ratings to memoirs, but because of how much it hit me, and the fact that she included loads and loads of resources and like further research in here, I gave it 5 stars. I'm gonna have to do like a proper review of it to really get my emotions and feelings down. But yeah, as someone who, when I did my ADHD assessment, they told me that I was also autistic, but she couldn't formally diagnose it because the appointment was only for ADHD and she was only legally allowed to do ADHD. But she was like, I'm telling you, you are also autistic. And reading this, I was like, I actually feel after reading this like I am more on the autism side than I am on ADHD. And maybe the ADHD was a very slight misdiagnosis or comorbid, I don't know. But yeah, it's given me a lot of feelings. And yeah, it was incredible. My first 5-star book, because I've got my first 5-star manga, this is my first 5-star book of the year, and it's definitely made me start to rethink about whether or not I want to read, because I normally avoid memoirs and autobiographies, but now I'm like, maybe I do want to read them. Today's been a bit of a weird day, very low energy, low mood. I've kind of tried to stay up in my room all day just to rest my ankle and my knee, which are still hurting, but are better. But also, just sometimes I feel more productive when I'm upstairs. And yes and no, I have today. When the sun was shining, not the sun, when it was daylight, I was a lot more productive, but now it's dark, I'm just like... So, I might end it for today. But yeah, I've decided next week I'm going to do like a reading challenge for the vlog. As I said, every now and again I will pick a week when I know I've not got any plans or anything going on, and in that week I will do like a theme or a challenge. And because I know I'm a little bit behind on my reading, next week my challenge is to read 150 pages a day. So I'm going to aim to read 150 pages every single day. We shall see how that goes. But yeah, I'll talk more about that in next week's vlog. But yeah, I'm genuinely really, you can tell I'm tired, I'm low energy, and I've gone into a bit of a funk. So I'm gonna call it for the week there. If I do any more reading, I will let you know next week. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this week. I know it's been a lot more reflective and way more chatting than I've done recently, the first two, and a little bit more maybe depressing. But obviously it's been a bit of a low week in general with Wren going home and everything. But fingers crossed I have a slightly better week next week when I start putting things in motion. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you're all good. I hope you stay safe. And until next time, bye.